Okay. They might.
Yeah, I was thinking about the better days. My youth so happy, my hair so nappy, had an afro.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? Premier League Week 4. How are you doing, Neil? How's things?
Yeah, things are right. As I was just giving you the story about the cat and that. But yeah. Apart from that, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm looking forward to the weekend's games. Looking forward to it, though.
Yeah,
Definitely.
we're going to run through a few games. We've got a couple of people who can't make tonight, so we're just going to truck on without them and see how well we can look forward to the games. I know you sent me your prediction, already sent mine. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let's see, Cam, shout out to, have I got the comments switched on? No, I haven't. I'll put them on now. There you go. Emerson, big up to you. Emerson says his prediction tomorrow would be 2-2. Early team news is that Saliba is out and Hincapie and Hanuman Anuas and Dowman are in the squad subs too. Yeah, I thought I saw Saliba in training today when I drove past there, but I didn't. I thought it was too early. I think he's going to leave him and Saka out. He might
Yeah,
put Saliba on the
I heard
bench.
that.
I'm not sure, but he doesn't need to play. And with Mosquera was absolutely solid against Liverpool. I don't think it's anything Arsenal fans need to worry about. Cam is saying, "Where's Garfield? He's running scared." I don't know, bro. I messaged him twice, and he's got a new guy. We got a new guy supposedly from Nottingham Forest coming in today as well, but ain't seen him. So if you don't turn up, you don't turn up.
There you go.
You know,
There you
and
go.
hasn't Garfield's got Man City this week, so that might be why he's gone quiet. I don't know. Neil, back to you, Neil. How's everything with you? Looking forward to the weekend.
Yeah, things all right at the moment. I'm looking forward to the weekend. Looking forward to the games. There's a couple of. I'm definitely looking forward to your game. Um,
Yeah.
for us, I mean, I know it's Burnley and it's should be
First
a
of all,
given.
let me congratulate you for beating Arsenal last week. Actually, I didn't think that any team did probably deserve to win it. Free kick,
Yeah,
deserving uh, put
you're
for 3 points.
breaking up a bit.
They
You're
deserve
breaking
the
up a
win.
bit.
It's the first time you've beaten us in. Yeah, it's the first time you've beaten us in 4 years. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's good.
I
That's a
mean,
good win. Good win.
it's going to happen. We're going to beat you. We're going to lose to you. It's just when that actually happens because you know it's not going to go on forever. Yeah, and it's going to happen. We
Yeah,
were
yeah.
fortunate. I mean, to be honest, that game it kind of upset me a little because watching how we played and defended against you, I can't see how we've been conceding goals. That's how we need to
Mm,
play. Yeah. That's how we need to play all the time. Don't just like kind of say, all right, we've got the big boys coming now. We're gonna have to like take our time and defend and make sure they don't catch us out. And then when you come against the minnows, you got no defense. That doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? To me. So yeah,
yeah, and that's the thing. You knew Arsenal was coming to town, and I actually thought this game was quite balanced. A little
it
bit
was.
more like the last game,
Yeah.
but we know how to play you really well, though. That's the thing. Arteta's figured out City. He's figured out Liverpool. It's just the medium-sized teams that Arteta needs to figure out. But the free kick was when that went in. I just had to clap. I was watching it while I was
No.
in Woking doing an NFL draft, and I had Liverpool mates sitting next to me I've known for 30, 40 years. One of my NFL buddies called Chris. And when that went in, I just stood up and said,
Yeah.
look,
It was
deservingly. Yeah, you
it
can't
was it was a
defend
brilliant
against
free
that.
kick. Yeah, you can't defend against it. It was a
Yeah.
brilliant free kick. Um, it's a pity that we haven't seen more of him. I know Trent was the man for taking those, but you know, and as he said in his interview, he doesn't practice those, and the reason why he doesn't practice those
Mm,
because he practices a lot closer to the goal. So at that type
yeah.
of distance,
Yeah.
he doesn't practice at that distance. So the fact that that
Yeah.
went in, that was
Yeah.
even sweeter for him, you know.
Mm,
But you can see he has got a skill. Whether
Yeah, most definitely.
whether we can take advantage of it and whether he gets many more during the season, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. You
Okay,
know,
so let's get stuck right into what's happening this weekend. Let me see if I can get the games up on the screen. Here we go. Can we get the screen? Yes, we can. Yes, we
there we
can.
go.
Right, let's get rid of the banner as well. Let's get rid of that. We don't need that.
Are you running other ops
Right.
in the background because you're
If I
cutting in and out sometimes? So
can
if there's anything you can close.
right, give us a second. Right, okay, that's better.
Yeah.
Right, so guys, looking forward to next week's games. You can see here Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest. What's your thoughts on that one?
Do you know what, right? I believe you guys are going to win it anyway, but there's something about Forest. I mean, they've lost a couple of players, but they do bring their game no matter what. Like they're like the Brightons, in my view. Yeah, when they come against the big teams, they come all guns blazing. Even when they're crippled, you kind of think, oh, it's going to be an easy game, but they always give a shock. I mean, you guys will win this, but it's not going. I don't think it's going to be as easy as you think it's going to be. You still there? You gone quiet?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like you've gone from yep. I'm just looking at the Wi-Fi signal on here and
Okay.
just waiting for it to die down. Yeah, it looks like it's okay now. I've just changed some windows, so it's strange how this is happening all through this season. It's been fine for the last 5 years, so it's really weird that I'm seeing this happen now. So going from Nuno Santos to Postecoglou, I don't think that's going to pay them any favors at all, man.
Do you know, I think it will. I think it will in the first couple games, and the only reason why I say that is because whenever a new manager comes in, everybody raises their game. Yeah. So it's not, don't really, for me, when a new manager comes in, don't watch the first two games. Wait until they're 3, 4, maybe 5 games in and everything settles down. Yeah. Because the first game, those guys are going to be up for it. As I said, I don't think it's going to be as easy as you think it's going to be. I think you'll win, but I don't think it'll be as easy as that.
The thing for me
Everyone's,
though is if they weren't getting on, if the owner and the manager weren't getting on, why do it now? 3 games into a new season, the transfer window closed. It just seems absolutely crazy, and you
yeah, but
know,
Nuno
no,
spoke out twice against him, hasn't he? And he's done it in interviews. He's
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. If you had that beef with the owner should have just pulled the trigger, got the guy in, and then talked about transfer strategy, get your team set up, because this is a tactical perspective now, which has taken them 17 months to get Nuno's, tactics under their belt. And
yeah,
now they've got to start from scratch. So 3 weeks into the season, I mean, look, Arsenal away at the Emirates is not the game that any team wants to play with a new manager.
not
I,
really.
I,
But you know, as Andrew will say, he wins something in the second season. So
yeah,
it's serious. To be serious, I think what will happen is that, as I said, these guys will be up for it for that game. As I said, you got to wait 3, 4 games in when you start seeing more of a pattern, more of Angie's pattern, in how he selects the players, how he plays, whether he still plays that high line like he did when he was at Spurs.
the foolishness, that was pure naivety. And they've only had 2 days on the training pitch, like
Yeah, but what you got to remember, right? The one
because
thing
of
you
the
got to remember is,
international break.
yeah, the international break. But what you got to remember is when he first went to Spurs, who was he managing before that? Celtic.
Hmm.
Yeah, he can try all that in the Scottish Prem. Yeah, he didn't have any real
Yeah.
competition.
Hmm.
Yeah, so he can try all that. He's come to London. He's tried it in the Premier, and it gave them problems. Yeah. So has he learned his lesson? We'll find out tomorrow whether he's actually learned his lesson.
Yeah.
Because
I, I've
I was going to say he's
I,
going to take a new team and play that same format, or he's going to think, hold on, this is Arsenal here. Maybe we need to rethink things and take things a bit slower and find out the capabilities of my players as well and what players I'm going to be selecting on a regular basis.
Yeah, I've gone for 3-0 on this one, Neil. I've gone 3-0. I'm not worried about Arsenal's injuries. Arsenal injuries all over the place already. We've got 4 players out, but it doesn't bother me because we've gone out and bought the squad of dreams. So
Yeah.
I don't want to hear anything from any fan talking about injuries from Arsenal Football Club. I'm not interested. It is, as far as as far as I'm excused, it is a non-factor this season.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
it doesn't
gone for,
concern me at all, and we move forward.
I've gone for 2-0 on that one to you guys.
2-0, excellent. Bournemouth Brighton, that's actually going to be a decent game because, as we said 2 weeks ago, Neil, Bournemouth are the new Brighton. Brighton was on the cusp of the top 6, challenging, strong recruitment, well managed. They're copying everything Brighton was doing 5 years ago, and they're making that stance. And funny enough, they did sell 4 players, but they've kept hold of Antonio Semedo. So,
but
I don't know how.
as you said, they've done the same. They've copied what Brighton did because no matter what Brighton did, whoever they had, whenever they sold them, they brought in a brand new spark who does well. Yeah. So that game, I mean, I've got that down as a draw. I've got it as a 1-1 draw. Yes, I do believe that. Yeah, Bournemouth are the new Brighton, but I'm not writing Brighton off just yet.
Yeah.
It's too early days with any of the games, to be honest, in the league at this moment in time to kind of think where they're all going to finish up. Right now, everyone is fighting for points, and normally at the beginning of the season, that's where you need to get your points to get that roll going. So for me, I think they're both going to be out for it. I think. Do you know what I mean? Looking at the games that we've got, other than City, I think that might even be the game of the weekend. You know.
What, Man City, Man United?
No. Well, Man City, Man United is going to be a game. Yeah, because both of those teams have they've both lost 2 games, haven't they? Where they were on 4 points at all. Yeah. So they've both got to put that stake in the ground, and City need to do it more than United because it's more expected from City than United. Yeah. When you look at where both teams finished last season, City have to get up and running because if they don't win this weekend, they will struggle. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know you was going to go straight into talk about that one.
No. Sorry, I was comparing the two. I was thinking of what games are going to be good. So I haven't mentioned the score. I'm not going to mention the score. I'll wait till we get to it. But I think the 2 games of this weekend will stand out. I think will be the Bournemouth, Brighton, and the City and United game. But we'll come back to
I'm going 2-1 to Bournemouth on that one. But I agree with you wholeheartedly. Don't discount Brighton out. I've got a lot of friends down there. My friend who passed away at 84 years old, one of my oldest Arsenal mates who sat in my season ticket, Michael Wilburn. Shout out to you and bless to all the Wilburn family who's watching the podcast. Brighton are just such a good team, and it would surprise me if they get a draw out of this. Put it that way. Next game, Everton, Aston Villa. Now, look, I've got to tell you, I laugh at every Arsenal fan who talks about Unai Emery because he ain't proven nothing to me. He's not proven nothing. We talked about this 2 weeks ago. They've hardly sold players. They've kept the majority of the players. We know they're in cash flow problems. And normally what they've done is they sell. We saw the striker Duran. They sold him in January. Douglas Luiz has left. A plethora of players. But
he's back though, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. He's back. Funny that Saudi Arabia, you earn your 400 grand a week tax free, and then you come back home with your pockets full of wood, and you're ready to go again. So Ivan Toney coming back next year.
Well, the thing is, as they all find out that it's not the league they think it's going to be. I mean, they know it's not anything like the Prem, but when you go from the Prem, you go to the Saudi league, you're clearly going for money. You're thinking about your future, but. Are the games that bad? Because it's a constant pattern where they do come back.
I don't think it's the games. I think it's the lifestyle. And I always remember, you'll remember this as well. when Samuel Eto'o went over there, he was on 450 grand a week,
Yeah, yeah,
and he was making a mint. And this wasn't just the last year, the year before. This was like 7, 8 years ago, where 450 grand was unheard of by
yeah,
any. It probably made them the highest player in the world, got paid more than Messi and Ronaldo at that time. And he came back. In fact, it was after 6 months. Christmas came and he said, "I want to come home." He goes, "There is no shops open. There's nothing to do after 6 o'clock. It's in the middle of the desert." He goes, all he's doing is sitting in his bedroom watching movies.
yeah.
Yeah. And you're coming
They,
from Barcelona, you know. You're coming from Barcelona.
you must admit that their lifestyle, the way they look at things, the way they have do religion and stuff like that, it's a different world. I mean, if you're not born and brought up in it, you're going to struggle, especially when with the footballers. We know the majority of footballers come from a low background. Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't come with any money when they start in the game. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and if they're fortunate enough, they'll go to a big team and they'll earn big money. And they're bussing the Big Macs and all those cars. They got houses. The houses are so big. They've got money, on tap. Yeah, they've got this lifestyle where they don't even think the law applies to them. Yeah.
Mm.
And then they'll go somewhere like Saudi and they think, okay, maybe I need to rethink this. And they're first going to go, yeah, look at the money I got. I got money. Yeah, I got money. But if they can't spend it, they can't go out and enjoy it. Yeah, what's the point? Yeah, what's the point in being rich if you're on a desert island? That money doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, exactly.
And the
It means
lifestyle,
nothing, bro. It means nothing.
You don't have the clubs. You know what I mean? You don't even have the food that you're used to when you go to all these expensive restaurants, because the Saudis are different.
So, what's your take? I mean, overall, I'm going Everton 1-0, but I've got to be honest with you. The intangible questions that we got to ask is, Everton's had a good start. They're 5th place in the Premier League, and Villa are 19th. They're 2nd from bottom. So for me, it's like, can Villa respond from having such a woeful poor start? They've still got their players there. They've still got Rodgers is there. Emi Martinez is there. Ollie Watkins. They've still got their players. Onana's still in the midfield. They've still got a strong.
It's not like those players are actually there when you look at this season so far. Are they there?
It's awful.
Are they there?
Awful. 19th, man.
Yeah. I mean, you look at them and you kind of think, well, you've got all these big names, but when are they going to start clicking? When are they going to start playing? When they're going to start winning? I think this game. I think Everton will take it a bit too comfortable.
No, they can't, because listen, Everton's going to be rolled up because Villa's Grealish boyhood, his team. That's the team that he came through the academy. That's his boyhood team. He's going to want to go out there and prove something to them. And I don't know why, because he gave them really good days. He was fantastic when he was playing for them in the midfield.
I think what Grealish is doing right now, it's not. I don't think when he plays tomorrow that he's going to be trying to prove anything with Villa. He's hoping City are watching. He's hoping Pep is watching. Because come on, man, look, they spent a lot of money on him. They spent a lot of money on him, right? The amount of money they spent on him, he should have walked into that team. There should have been no competition for that particular position, considering you're spending that amount of money on a player. Yeah. And how many full games did he actually get in his career at City?
Yeah. I think it's as I said, I think it's going to be 1-0 Everton. I'd be surprised. I mean, look, Villa's good enough to win this game or at least get a draw, but I just think the way they're going right now, the fact that they're talking all summer about breaking up the team. Neil, as a sportsman, what do you want to be? You want to be loved. Do you want to be appreciated? You want to be wanted by your team? And half of these players we're talking about have been up on sale. Rodgers has been up on sale, 70 million. Ollie Watkins was on the market for 40 million. Emi Martinez, he was on the market. Nobody came in for these players. Nobody came in for these players.
Going to United, didn't he? He thought he was going to United.
So they've had to come back to the team with the tail between their legs, knowing you didn't want us. So how does that make you feel, Neil?
It will make me feel really bad, but at the same time, I will kind of think, look, when you play for the Premiership, you're on TV, yeah. You got millions of people watching you. They have to get back on the horse. They have to get back
Yeah.
because if they don't, come the next window, maybe January or the summer next year's summer transfer window, they're probably going to try and push a move. And
Yeah.
if no one's there still chasing them because they've played poor, they've only got themselves to blame.
But bro, I got to tell you, Unai Emery won't even last till Christmas if this carries on. He won't even last.
I think he will. I think he will. I think he will.
Yeah. We'll definitely revisit it. Next up, so who you going for in that one?
Oh, I've got that as a draw.
Okay, excellent. Next one up, Newcastle Wolves. This is very straightforward, and I've said this to you a million times. Wolves are getting relegated, man. There's when you look at, we talked about Brighton, we talked about Bournemouth. There's something that follows a team like Southampton, right? Let's use Southampton as a measuring stick. When your academy is so good and you're churning out players, you're in the Premier League and you're constantly selling your players to the top teams, Liverpool, Arsenal, and Man United, City. All these teams are just rinsing you. At some point, Neil, the bubble will burst.
Yes.
And what we're seeing with Wolves is the bubbles burst. There is, I mean, apart from Hee-Chan and a couple of players, everyone else has left, man.
Yeah, they sold because I mean, for me, their best players was Cunha and Aït-Nouri.
What about the captain Cody? He left. He's gone to Everton.
Cody,
they've been completely ravished of talent.
Yeah.
They're dead, bro. They're dead. They're so dead. After 3 games, -6, they're going down. So
yeah, but who goes down with them? But we can have that conversation on another day when we see more of a pattern of who's down at the bottom, who's in the middle, and who's at the top. Yeah.
I'm going 2-0 Newcastle in this one. I'm going 2-0 Newcastle.
I've got 2-1 to Newcastle. I think that Eddie Howe is still kind of stinging after the Isak thing. Even though, and Wissa is injured.
They got Wissa. Yeah,
he's injured.
He's injured.
So he's not going to be playing. So we'll have to see how they play without their new star guy. But yeah.
So Neil, did the Newcastle owners show weakness by selling Isak?
No. If anything, I think
really.
Yeah. Look. Listen. Bottom line is, right. This is how I see things personally. From when the player makes that much noise to leave, even if they kept him, he's going to be dragging his feet. He's going to be dragging his feet because he knew Liverpool would be coming back in for January. Yeah, I mean, look, he's hardly kicked a ball, and we still paid so much money for a player who's hardly kicked the ball. Yeah, no pre-season games. Yeah, he hasn't trained for Newcastle for months. Yeah, right. Slot is now saying that he's not going to give him full 90 minutes. He's going to bring him in slowly, right? And that's purely because the fitness is not there. You're right.
Oh, thanks for telling me that. Now I can take him out of my fantasy team as a starter tomorrow. Didn't forget. Yeah, look, get some inside news, everybody.
Yeah, he's not. I mean, we don't even. I mean, he probably will play, but when you look at that, you've got him and Ekitike, yeah, and we obviously bought Ekitike because we thought we weren't going to get Isak, and that's the same spot, same position.
Yeah. Although people are telling me Ekitike can play on the left.
He can play on the left.
I want Gakpo there, so I don't.
Yeah, he wasn't brought in to play on the left.
Yeah.
So
you know, I'm a big Gakpo fan, so he's my guy on the left. To be honest.
Yes, Cody. So for that game, I've got that as a 2-1 to Newcastle.
Yeah. All right, to Newcastle. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit more competitive on your side.
Your graphic is missing a game.
Really? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Crystal Palace, Sunderland.
Yeah, I think I cropped that out because it was on a 2-page, but we can talk about that anyway.
Cool.
West Ham Tottenham. Now this is going to be a very important game, and I'll tell you why. Because Tottenham, top of the league after the first few games, got brought down. We saw the true Tottenham. We saw the true Tottenham that just got outplayed, outshone. And West Ham are a team that can sting you. They're a banana team.
Yeah.
They're a team that when you come in, your expectations are low, and then all of a sudden, Bowen gets a winner, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. And so we know Daniel Levy's departure, celebrated by many Tottenham fans. They're going to be liberated now. They're going to be feeling great. But
they're going to be spending more money on players going forward.
Well, remember they got the stadium to pay for, so it's not going to be that easy.
Yeah.
But I think, look, I think it's going to be 2-1 Tottenham, but don't be surprised if this ends in a draw.
I've got that down as 2-1 as well. Yeah. When I look at West Ham, the only player who's got something to prove right now is Paqueta.
Yeah.
After all the issues that he's had off field, he's got to come back in right. He's one I'm going to be watching in that game.
But did you see it? But they weren't supposed. Their last game, but they won 3-0. Nobody was expecting that, and he was man of the match. He absolutely ran the show.
He's a player to watch because he's got a lot to prove. Because you know the crap that happened with him and the Prem taking him because of betting and stuff like that. He's clearly trying to say, look, that's behind me now. This is what the fans are going to get. This is what West Ham have been missing. And now I'm going to show it again. So he will. I think he will play his socks off. But I think Tottenham overall will be slightly too strong.
And so for that one, I'm definitely going. I'm going 2-1 Tottenham. But if it ends up in 1-1, then I'm going to come back to you, and then we're going to talk about it later in the week because I don't trust Tottenham, man. They're Spurs. They are so Spursy. And we expect them to do what Spurs do.
That is such a saying. Is that saying in the dictionary now?
Spursy is definitely in the Collins dictionary, that's for sure. Brentford versus Chelsea. I'm not sure on this one. I'll tell you why. Brentford was in one of my teams to get relegated this season. And they are showing something about them. There's a new manager there. I don't expect much from him. But obviously I'm tipping Chelsea for top 4. And I think they're the sleeping dog. I think they're the sleeping dog. Chelsea, and this is a tough environment to go and play. And I was there when Jamaica was playing Trinidad. I do like the stadium up in Brentford. Really, really nice, lovely food there. But I don't know what Chelsea's going to expect. Chelsea is going to get a tough game, but I think they're going to win 2-1. What's your thoughts on this one?
I've got them down for 2-0. Chelsea to win for 2-0. The thing is, Brentford, it's the same thing that I was saying with Spurs. I should have said it was Spurs actually. A new manager. When a new manager comes in, the players play out their socks. I don't think Brentford will get relegated. I don't think they'll finish that high up, but they won't be. I don't think they'll be in the relegation battle. I mean, I could be wrong, but we've then got players who kind of say, especially they've been ravaged with players going in injuries and stuff like that. They're going to be up for it. They'll be up for it. They'll give Chelsea a hard game, but the end result is I think Chelsea will still do it.
Excellent. And you've been waiting eagerly for this one, so I'm going to say something that's going to make you smile like a Cheshire cat. The last time Scott Parker's, I think he was managing Bournemouth. The last time he took his team to Anfield, even though they're playing at home, but the last time he played Liverpool, they got beaten 9-0.
Yes.
So he's going to be wanting to prove a lot here in this Burnley team. You think they're going to put up a fight? I've actually gone 4-0 to Liverpool on this one.
I've gone 3-0 to Liverpool. But the thing is, the thing with us, as I said, depending on who we play, sometimes we take it too easy. We don't defend in the way we defend, and we've been conceding goals. Yeah. If Burnley was another Arsenal, I'd say, it's probably maybe a 1-0 or 2-1. Yeah. But Burnley they're not that great attacking at this moment in time. And I'm hoping that we will take advantage of that. But that, for us, we always struggle against the new teams. And when I say struggle, not saying that we're going to lose, but we take them for granted and we just go asleep at the back. And then we get caught. And then we panic. Yeah, and for me, Liverpool got to stop. They've got to stop doing that. They've got to stop doing it. Stop taking foot off the accelerator. I mean, if they go 1-0 ahead, don't kind of go, all right, we're ahead. They've now got to attack us and they've got to score a goal, and you give them the possession of the ball, because that's what we tend to do as well. We let teams
Mm,
play with the ball when we shouldn't do. Right? Me, the
yeah,
best form of defense is when you're attacking, not sitting back and
yeah,
going, all
yeah,
right, here's the ball. See, let's see what you lot can do. And then, you know, defending for like 20 minutes straight. And you're kind of thinking, hold on, you're playing a bottom team. Why are you defending for 20 minutes straight? Sort of thing. So, yeah, so for me, um, I think it'll be 3-0, but we've just got to get rid of that attitude that it's a bottom team. We have to look at every game like it's an Arsenal game.
yeah. And the bottom of the list here, I'm going to get rid of it because we've got another 2 games to talk about. I think this is going to be the game in a week, and I think this is going to be something that could pile onto Manchester City's misery. I mean, they've got Man United, they've got Napoli, and then they've got Arsenal at the Emirates. That's their next 3 games. So it's going to be a massively difficult week because I've been telling everybody before, this isn't the same Manchester City that won 4 titles in a row.
No,
And
you look at Rodrigo. I can't say his name now. Right,
Rodri,
Rodri. You look at him
yeah,
now. As I said to you guys, you've got to give him a season. He's not the player this season. He will get better in the more games he plays, but
yeah.
he's not running from the beginning. He's not sprinting from the beginning. For him, it's a slow jog, and he'll get faster and faster as he plays more and more games. Yeah.
Mm.
And another player is Foden. He's another man who's gone missing. Yeah, and
He went missing all of last season. All of last
I'm
season, he
saying,
went missing.
listen,
Yeah, yeah,
listen. They sent an APB out on him, yeah, and they still haven't heard from him yet. They're still
yeah,
searching for this
yeah.
guy. Yeah, they sold players like Gundogan. I can't say his name either.
Gundogan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
players like that were key players at one time. Yeah, but I they've got players there, but I don't know if Haaland's not on form, they'll struggle. They'll struggle
You
this
haven't
season.
you haven't mentioned Kevin De Bruyne as well. I mean,
Do
how
you know?
how's that for crippling your team?
Do you know? Towards of the end for him, he was still playing well, but you could see he was winding down. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
was
yeah.
he was winding down, and Pep was looking at, all right, let me see who I can play in this place, because
Mm,
he's not going to be here much longer. So they were both kind of winding down and kind of like taking it slowly from, look, Kevin, thanks, but no thanks. You're off now. We've got to move forward. And
yeah.
they've not been the same since. They've not been the same. But City at one time, when they were splashing the cash, they had what you guys had, right? At least 2 players. Their second team was better than most first teams in the Premier League.
Yes, exactly. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
So are they going to win 2-1 then? I think I've gone 2-1 City, but
I've got them as 2-1.
I would love United. If you're listening to this, Garfield, well, first of all, where are you? Because we started at 10 o'clock. And then secondly, and actually, I think I know what may have happened with Garfield. He lost a very close friend this week,
Oh,
so that's probably
sorry,
why
sorry to hear that.
yeah, that's probably why he's not here. But I would love it if Man United went down there and got a point. Oh my word, I would love it, love it, love it if they got a point out of this.
Do you know?
City, we're a City. City's in 13th place.
Yep. I would say the best result for City is actually a win rather than a draw for you. Because the thing is, they've still got with Pep. They've still got a lot to prove. Yeah, they've
Mm,
got to prove that this is just a little blip, and they're over the blip. If they can beat United, I think it'll be better for you guys as well,
yeah.
because guaranteed, if they lose or draw, when they come against you, they're gonna come guns blazing.
Yeah, true,
Yeah,
true.
they're gonna come guns blazing. So what you guys
Which
want?
which is what we want actually at the Emirates. We want them to come at us because we're so strong there, um, and our record's really good against the top teams at the Emirates. So I
I
suppose
hear you. I hear
we
you,
beat
but
them. We beat them 5-1 there last season. I want them to just come in.
football is unpredictable.
Their knees are going to be shaking and quaking when they walk through the Emirates. I can't wait. That 5-1 battering we gave them last season. I can't wait for Pep to walk through the door at the Emirates in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, but football. The thing is, football is so unpredictable. I mean, like, who would have thought
Yeah,
that
it is.
Sunderland? Who would have thought that Sunderland would have won their first game?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's so unpredictable.
we're about to talk. We're about to talk about Sunderland now because
Yeah,
they've started the season so well. They play good attacking football. They defend well. But I've also been impressed with Crystal Palace because we did mention, didn't we, the Brightons, the
yeah,
Southamptons. We mentioned what was the other team, Wolves. So we said you can sell to the point where the it bottoms out, and you've got no you just got no structure because all your players have gone. But Gahey is still there, even though the
Gahey. So I was going to say Gahey. Unfortunately, it got pulled last minute.com, as we all know. Do you know what? Hats off to him. The man's a we know he's upset. We know he's fuming, but he's still banging in goals.
But why did they say then that he's not going to go there in January? Whose decision was that? Liverpool's manager slot, or I don't get it.
No,
slot.
what you got to look at is that Gahey's coming to the end of his contract.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Emerson's gone for 3-1 Sunderland.
yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So he's coming. Well, he's in the last year of his contract. Come
Yeah.
January, he Europe, any team in Europe can come for him, and he can actually go there and not necessarily come to Liverpool. Yeah, so
Ah.
it depends on who comes come January. If any big team, because if someone like Barcelona or Real Madrid come calling, yeah, can you really see him saying no? I'm not going to try that
Yeah, I
for
hear you.
field.
I
Yeah,
hear you.
so all Slot is doing, Slot knows the competition that we could have come January. Yeah, and come January he can sign and say, do you know what? I'm not going to LFC in the
Because
summer.
apparently Ulot was offering 38 and Palace wanted 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and I know what Palace are like when we try to buy Zaha. They don't budge from their evaluations.
No, they
They
don't. They
really
don't.
don't.
The thing is that the
Yeah.
money I think the money that we were offering was a bit on the low side as far as I'm
Yeah.
concerned,
Mm.
right? Because you're talking about, if he did come to LFC, he could be a future captain.
Yeah, definitely.
He could be a good player for us, but we've got to get, that's the old FSG mentality. Yeah, you sell your players, and you bring in somebody cheap, you build them up, and then you sell them for lots of money. Yeah, so
Yeah,
that was what FSG always did. So that's why we've been surprised that we've actually been given a bucket load of money to spend last
yeah.
once we were just done.
And remember, because you didn't spend any money this season before, like Arsenal did, you didn't really spend that much money
But
last.
did we have a choice though, Apollo? Did we really have a
No,
choice?
you didn't, because you got to
Yeah,
balance the books. You got to balance the book. That's
yeah,
why all Arsenal fans that were screaming last year saying we didn't buy, we didn't spend. I knew how much money we could spend on FFP, and it wasn't a lot. And that's
yeah,
why, and then obviously all that comes back to you this summer. And Liverpool and Arsenal have shown how to play the game. You don't
yeah.
you don't go crazy every year like Chelsea. If you do, you're going to get yourself into trouble, which is what they're in now.
The
But
thing I like, so I was going to say, the thing I like about the transfer windows now, when you look back, when Chelsea were running things and when City were running things, they were buying players and pricing them out the market so nobody else can come in for them. Yeah, if you look at us and you lot, in the last window, we didn't do that. We just went for the players and we just bought them. We
yeah,
didn't
exactly.
we're going to buy this player for X amount, price him out so that nobody else will come for him. Yeah, we knew
But
what we
people
wanted.
loved it because they're sick and tired of Chelsea and City buying all these players. And really,
Yeah,
Liverpool and
Chelsea
Arsenal.
are still buying players.
I
That's
know, I
what
know, I know.
nobody sees that, right? Chelsea, it's like every season Chelsea buys 24 players. That's what it feels
Yeah,
like.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
They buy all these players that nobody knows and they send them back out on loan. Yeah. But they haven't really changed. Yeah. They're just not buying the most expensive players. They're just buying players for the sake of buying players. Yeah. And if you look at it, they're not much different from Roman, but Roman obviously he was doing things with the agents and that sort of stuff, which is why Chelsea have been bitten now and they're being charged,
Yeah,
even
yeah.
though they put their hands up to it when the new hierarchy came in and said, okay, look, this is what we've done before we got here. Let's just own up to it, because they knew if they didn't, it could be another city. They could be another city. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
most
they
definitely.
thought, let's put our hands up to it. They know we didn't actually do it ourselves personally, but let's just get this stuff out. So we've got, so we can move forward. And to be honest, when they first came in, how much money did they spend that first season? And then the second season, they spent ridiculous amounts of money. Yeah, and they're still doing it. They're still doing it.
Still doing it. So what's your prediction? I'm going Crystal Palace 2-0 win on this one. And I have to say, Palace, they had a tough opening run of fixtures. They had Chelsea away, Forest at home, and Villa away, and they've got 5 points. So big up to Palace. I think they're going to get 8 points from 4 games. So what's your thoughts on this one?
My thoughts on that is 2-0 to Palace as well.
2-0 to Palace. Excellent. And then we got the last one coming up. But before I do, Emerson went 3-1 Sunderland. 18 went 3-0 Sunderland. But Emerson said, congratulations on Jamaica winning this week. Did you notice that Bailey Kadamatri, which is a young English kid, his grandparents were Jamaican, they're calling him the new Dion Burton of Jamaica because he's obviously started his first game. He's had 2 games now, and we beat Trinidad and Tobago 2-0. That was in the World Cup qualifier. And then before that, we beat Bermuda 4-0. So Jamaica had a very, 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 Steve McLaren, we had a very, very good week. So it's looking good.
Has he got the accent yet? Because wherever McLaren goes, he comes back with a dodgy accent.
He does. I haven't heard the accent yet, but he is talking about eating patties, eating jerk chicken. Yeah, he's talking about all that. Them brother feed him, fry fish. They're talking about. He's talking about fry fish. So listen, I don't think that brother's ever going to leave Jamaica, man. He's gonna, but I must say, he's definitely improved the way they play in the midfield, and they defend way better. They defend.
Unfortunately, for teams like Jamaica and a lot of the smaller island countries, they don't have that sort of backing. They don't have that sort of management style. Yeah. They don't have that sort of training. Yeah, which is why they kind of struggle to get to a World Cup, or they struggle because we haven't got that. And when you look at the majority of the players, a lot of the players who play in either there might be 1 or 2 from the Premiership, and then the others are from like the lower divisions. Yeah, we need. It's not just us. There's other countries as well. I think that the call for England, because a lot of these English players aren't English.
Yeah. But the rules are the rules, and every country in the world does it.
Yeah, I know. But it's sad that you got these young players, and yes, they may have parents or grandparents from Jamaica, and it's nice for them to kind of say, look, let's try and big up our own team. Let's try and play our craft for our team and big up the team. But everybody goes, no, play for England. You're going to do well. And then a lot of them, when you look at a lot of players struggle to get into the England side anyway. The ones that don't are the ones who definitely you see playing for these other countries. Yeah, we just need more of that. We just need more top players playing for their home countries instead of just coming to England and playing for England.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I think I'm trying to remember who was the first white man to play for Jamaica. It was Chris Birchall in 2006. Yeah, Chris Birchall.
Yes.
He was the first white guy to play for them. And obviously Cole Palmer's dad's from St. Kitts, so he don't qualify. They're not a very good team, so he's happy to play for England. But I think I really like where they are now. Scores are coming in for Fulham. Emerson's gone 2-1 Fulham. 18 said 3-2 Fulham. I've gone Fulham 2-0 here. And isn't it ironic that Leeds on transfer day was trying to buy Harry Wilson from Fulham?
Yeah.
And then I know. It's so messed up. And he's in really good form at the moment. But I think that Leeds were unfortunate. They're having a really up and down roller coaster as well. Where are they? Leeds are 12th in the table. So they've got 4 points from 3 games, which is not the worst thing.
They've done good. They've done good.
They are. Fulham, though, 3rd from bottom in the relegation zone, 2 points from 3 games. I think they win 2-0 here.
I've got them as 1-0. As I said, you've got to look for. Oh, I just saw that as well. Smith Rowe playing for Jamaica. Yeah.
Yeah, they've tried to contact them. I don't think he
Yeah.
will play for Jamaica. Reece Nelson is someone they're still trying to get, but a lot of these guys are dragging their feet. Mason Greenwood as well. A lot of these guys are just dragging their feet, and quite frankly,
They're hoping for that England calling, aren't they? They're hoping for the England
they
call.
are. But what it's doing is really annoying the Jamaican fans, especially in Jamaica. As you know, our guy Cranky, me and Cranky watch the Jamaican games in the middle of the night. They start at either midnight or 1 a.m. And yes, I'm so sad I'm up watching them. But it is frustrating because when you hear the Jamaican fans, they are saying, if you want to come, come. If you don't want to come, then go ahead. But because they've got this far without those players.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they only want players that are going to commit. And when you saw Kadamari score his goal, when he saw the little white boy score the goal, it was so good because all the Jamaican players ran up to him and hugged him and lifted him, and it really made him feel like he was one of the brothers. And I love that. I absolutely love that. So it just goes to show those players who don't want to play for their motherhood, let's say not national, let's say their motherhood teams. You're missing out on an absolutely great time. Imagine this guy gets to go to Jamaica, gets to learn, see the language, eat our food,
and
learn of our culture. Yeah. And this is a guy, this is a guy who lives in Wigan. Yeah, this is a guy who's from Wigan, and you get the dream to go and play and do something like that. It's incredible, amazing experience, and so I'm all for that, man. I think where's Fulham Leeds? That was the last one. I've gone 2-0 Fulham. What have you got on this one?
I've gone for 1-0 Fulham. I think Fulham will be a bit too much for Leeds.
Excellent.
The three teams that came up, I still think that they will probably go down. Yes, I know Wolves are kind of capitulating at the moment, and they look as if they may go down instead of one of those teams. But right now, it's still too early. But I haven't seen enough from any of the teams coming up to say this team's definitely going to stay in because they're definitely going to win a lot of games.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's 6 teams there. I think definitely Wolves.
Yeah.
I think West Ham, you've got to put them into the mix. Even though, because they got Paqueta now, I don't think that they're going to get relegated.
No, I don't think West Ham. Do you know, if any of the teams that are playing well goes down, watch Everton. Everton they've been on the wrong side for the past few seasons.
Yeah. Remember Luton Luton had actually played really well and lost about 8 games in the last in the last minute or last 3 minutes, I think it was.
The one thing
Luton.
So I was going to say the one thing that will save Everton from how they've played before is Grealish.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If he goes injured, you're going to see Everton how they actually are, and without Grealish, I think they will struggle. I
think that the teams for me is Wolves, West Ham, Brentford, Burnley, and Leeds. That would be my 5. Sunderland look like they're going to be okay.
No, I think Sunderland definitely will go down.
Sunderland.
Yeah, I think they will. I think they will. I mean, it's early days. I mean, look,
they've won 2 out of 3, bro.
Yeah, but look,
they've won 2 out of 3.
They've won 2 out of 3, but you've got to look at who they're playing, right? If they repeat it, then obviously they'll stay up. But I can't. The past few seasons, the formula's always been the same. The 3 that go up are the 3 that go down.
Yeah.
It is too early to say that these teams are good enough to break that trend.
Yeah.
I suppose if any team does stay up out of the 3, it probably will be Sunderland.
Yeah, I mean, if they get a result of Crystal Palace this weekend, that's going to be. I mean, they've just had a great start, and they don't let a lot of goals in. That's the key to it, 3 games.
You know why though? 5. It's their Bellingham money, isn't it?
It is. But 5 goals scored. Remember, 5 goals scored in 3 games, and only letting 2 goals. Yeah, that's a really good team. They got Granit Xhaka there in the midfield. They're going to get better and better. I think they got something about them. Emerson says, give us an update on our mini league next week when you post match. Yeah, I do. I'm at the stadium tomorrow. And then we'll obviously get something done there. I don't think we're going to do a stream tomorrow because Tony is in Vegas, and I know Gary's
nice.
not well. Yeah. Tony Cox. Yeah, I believe he's in Vegas. So I talked to him a couple of days ago. So it's probably
Did he
just
go
going to
for the
be.
Canelo fight?
What's that?
Crawford. Did he go for the fight?
I believe so. Yeah,
Canelo.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just going to be you're stuck with me tomorrow, guys, for my game vlog, which I will do. I've got plenty of time to do it because it's a 12:30 kickoff. So Leo, I want to thank you for tonight. We got through all the games in record time because it's just me and you. It's a nice, easy Friday night, isn't it? We can just go out and do our thing now. I'm gonna go.
Listen, I can go and sleep.
Yeah, my son's waiting for me in the
I can
front
go and
room to
sleep
go
after
watch.
I told you.
My son's waiting for me to watch Kaiju 8, some anime. He's waiting for me in the front room.
Nice.
So guys, listen, have a great weekend. I'm going to be back with you tomorrow. Thank you, Neil, for helping us through the predictions for next week, and we'll speak with you guys soon. All the best, guys. Nice one.